What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, afternoon, pre-noon, no matter where you are in the world. I'm Hassan Piker, and this is the Hasanabi broadcast coming to you live from sunny California, Los Angeles. We are live, folks. I hope all the boys, girls, and MBs are having a fantastic day. I know I am. So far, so good. It is April 1st, 2021, 10:51 a.m., and I'm early. I am early as hell. I am way earlier than I usually would be. And the reason for that is because I am excited to stream for you on this wonderful day. I'm well rested. I ended last night at 10 hours. And my God, what a difference those 3 to 4 hours makes. Now, today is, of course, April Fool's Day. So, we're going to be doing all politics today, boys. All politics, all day. 90 Day Fiance, just politics, just reacts. No more Grand Theft Auto roleplay. I deleted it. And, get excited for that, obviously. All of the things that some of the outspoken members in the community have demanded, All of your favorite emotes are coming. Dank Hug is coming back. It's a Dank Hug only stream for the most part. We're just doing only Dank Hug, okay? Dank Hug only. Like, I don't want you guys to ever, at any moment, no pissing for me. Like Bessemer, Alabama style. No peeing for me. No pooping for me. No moving, no looking away from the camera for me. I will literally just sit here for every single moment. No pausing videos. Okay? No more pausing videos. We're just watching the video through and through. I will add very little commentary. Okay? I will beat Nameless King. I'm gonna do all of it. Are you doing hashtag ad or hashtag ditch? What? No, I'm going to do a hashtag ad tomorrow. I was supposed to do it today. So originally I thought, Magic the Gathering, the people that work on their marketing team are I think, low-key, very lefty. And they love Jordan, Yule, and they've wanted to have me do something with them for a while, right? And I was putting it off. And I was like, fuck it. I'll do it. This is because it was a perfect opportunity to do it because I've had the Dawn character, you know what I mean? I had the Dawn character who's like a nerd, and I was like, this is going to work perfectly. So I know something about Magic the Gathering, so I could learn about Magic the Gathering and then maybe incorporate that into my roleplay. So yeah, on April Fool's, I was going to do that. Oh, Chad owes me an apology. What? No. That's not a joke. The hashtag ad is literally not a joke. And I was gonna do it on April Fool's because a lot of people were probably gonna be like, there's no way he's actually playing Magic the Gathering. But today we're actually doing something that we've been setting up for a while now. And
had a double clench.
Today we are setting up something on Grand Theft Auto No Pixel for a while now. So I didn't want to fuck everyone else over, and I wanted to be a part of that. So I am going to be doing that, and then I'll do the hashtag ad tomorrow. I will be doing the Magic the Gathering hashtag ad with John Idarola of the Young Turks. Meth and AK on GTRP later. Yes. But that was a joke, by the way. Of course, I'm not going to be doing politics all day. Of course, I'm going to be... Hold on. Yeah, I have an announcement. That was a lie. I lied to you. Okay? I lied to you big time. Do you understand? I haven't done Zooms in a while, so fucking I don't know. Should I just put it right here? Okay. I lied to you. I have an announcement. I lied to you. I lied directly to your face. I'm gonna pause every fucking video nonstop. Okay, as always, as I always do. I'm gonna keep doing exactly what I'm gonna do, and you know, of course, I'm gonna do politics today as well, obviously. But then afterwards, we're gonna dive into Grand Theft Auto roleplay. This is a really fun little sequence that I am going to be engaging in, where I will portray myself as a Customs and Border Patrol officer and basically intercept a puma that is flying in from Africa. And there's going to be some potentially like rebels that we fight, or not rebels, but like militia that we fight that are in Los Santos. There's going to be cops that get involved as well. It's going to be a lot of fucking fun. We have AKs that we picked up yesterday, last night. So I'm very excited about that. When is the Marjorie Taylor Greene thing happening? I really don't want to miss it. Tomorrow. That is going to happen tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific. So why did you swap lol W? That's actually good. What the fuck, dude? Yo, mods, we like to do a little bit of trolling around these parts. Hey, look at me. That's what you sound like when you do April Fool shit, okay? We like to do a little bit of trolling, don't we? I'm freaky. I'm damaged, okay? I'm twisted. Hello, it's April Fools. What's going on? It's April Fools. I'm fooling you. I'm damaged. Who? That's what I sound like? Yeah, when you do fucking jokes like that, that's what you sound like. I'm so freaky. Oh, by the way, here you go, guys. I just wanted to say, shouts out to all the fucking nerds who lost their mind yesterday when I was like, so what happens when this debris falls? Like, do they do it? And the nerds were like, the debris from SpaceX exploration actually fall over the water, or before they hit they turn into nothing on impact. They fly, and all of a sudden there's no debris. That's what you sounded like yesterday. Well, turns out I was fucking right. This dumb himbo was more right than you, motherfuckers, you stupid nerds. Hassan the Hun, chat, it just burns up, lol. It's fine, SpaceX. I'll just reschedule my field work until next year again because I can't drive down a state highway or state beach. It's only public land and critical habitats. You just showered with rocket parts. Bro, I swear to God, you guys are... My favorite thing with chat is April Fools. My favorite thing with chat is when chat is just so insanely wrong, but so confident about it. Like chat, and there was, and you can't even say, you literally can't say, oh, it was just one person equals chat. One person equals chat. Like, no, it wasn't one person. Like, it was literally just like a sea of people who were like, you're so stupid, dude. I can't believe how stupid you are. Pretty much the entirety of chat. Anyway, those could be anyone's rocket parts. Anyway, I mean, we all said it burns up, but it depends on how far it goes in the atmosphere. I guess. How many libs does it take to screw in a light bulb? I don't know. Conservatives are trafficking a child over state lines in the dark. Jesus Christ. Elon just said we like to do a little bit of trolling. He was pranking. He was like, this is Lang's new fucking van. This guy fucks big time. Italians, any gender, anywhere. Call today. I can't believe Buddha went and got this fucking... it's wild that he went and he purchased this. Oh, Marjorie Taylor Greene is out with a... Wait, what am I doing? I'm already fucking getting into the news right now. Hold on. Okay. So, personal news-wise, I went to sleep earlier last night, and it actually helped out a lot. I woke up early. I went and I worked out. I feel really good today. So that's part of the reason why I wanted to start early and get immediately into the news. So, and then afterwards, like I said, we have a lot of fun. I feel like there is a lot of professionals on the left who express contempt for poor people and unemployed people in subtle ways that they don't take a moment to reflect on it because they support the correct policies. I don't know, man. We're in depression and we need more labor on the left, more of labor on the left. Well, we are going to talk about that today. Something incredible is happening currently in Bessemer, Alabama. It's pretty much, it's something that even I thought was not possible, and it's looking very good at the moment. So we'll see. Do we ask about you doing an ad, or do we ask about your life? Like, what the fuck? We get the politics already. April Fools, don't ban me. Okay, can you guys please not do that? I know that some people wanted to organize and make the entire chat gray and then fucking shit on me all day, but like, you know that I don't have a filter. Like, I don't have a fucking bait filter. I'm just going to assume that you're being yourself, especially because a lot of you long-term community members can sometimes be fucking dickheads. You know what I mean? Just don't do it. Okay, it's Italian Boy Summer. What? Can we do Italian Boy Summer instead? White tanks, hair gel, deli meats, and just a touch of insurance fraud. It'll be glorious. I'm down to do Italian Boy Summer, boys. I mean, Italians is not white, though. You know what I'm saying? April Fools is dumb. That was a Starship prototype, not what went through the atmosphere. Yeah, here's the April Fool's challenge for you guys. Prank without making me mauled. I just don't like April Fools that much. I feel like it's just a holiday fucking... It's a holiday that revolves around deceit, okay? And I don't like that. I'm not very good at lying, so I just don't like it. I do not like this holiday that revolves around deceit. I am live right now talking Biden's big infrastructure plan. Bessemer, Alabama, Amazon Union efforts. And then we have a huge Puma heist later. Deceit sounds like the perfect American holiday. I agree. Get in now. No Jebaits. www.twitch.tv/Hasanabi. Part of the reason why I don't like April Fools, I think, part of the reason why I don't like April Fools is because, like, 90% of the news I look at is fake, right? It's all like everything that the Republicans put out there is mostly just fake news. Is it appropriation if a non-Turkish person wears a Turkish style beanie? What? No, I don't give a fuck. You don't like it because you are indeed a fool. Why should tampons pads be free just because 50% of the population uses them? Haha. Well, if so, food and water should be free. 100% of the population needs it. Dude, why? Accidentally based. Yeah, exactly. It's like, this is my favorite conservative take, which is like, you make healthcare free. Why don't you make food and shelter free too? Stupid. It's like, oh, wow. Yeah. Why don't we? What an incredible fucking take. Turns out you and Buddha are literally the same person. Why?
Once you're driving the lines, you don't, if you know them, because I am a terrible driver, bro. I have ADD. I space out 80% of the time I'm driving. I read my chat. I can't focus on holding W for more than 5 seconds before I...
He's fucking... I'm the same way. I cannot if I have to do those racing patterns like 12 times before I have enough pattern recognition that I know where the turns are. Otherwise, every single time I race, I'm literally going to constantly fucking miss turns and shit.
Space out, man.
I can't do it. I can't fucking do it. I cannot. Like, anyway, I'm a gray name watcher who's been sub really long time. Okay. Are you aware that you are a Turkish bot in your chat that responds whenever someone says Türk var mı? Ahmet Alp? Wait, really? Twitch staff removed Jebaits today. What the fuck? Sag, tell chat, Prage. Wow, dude, I can't believe they removed Jebaits today. That's crazy. Playlist Peepo Haas. Biden unveils the $2 trillion infrastructure plan. Let's get started, boys. Thank you, Themasius.
Unveiling his massive plan to rebuild America. More than $2 trillion proposed for roads and bridges across the country and fast-tracking clean energy. Here's how the president described it.
It's not a plan that tinkers around the edges. It's a once-in-a-generation investment in America, unlike anything we've seen or done since we built the interstate highway system and the space race decades ago.
Our senior White House correspondent Mary Bruce joins us now. And Mary, the big fight, how to pay for the plan.
Yeah, George, and this is going to be a very tough sell. This is a massively ambitious and massively expensive plan. More than $2 trillion to put Americans to work rebuilding and repairing the country's infrastructure.
Bro, we have dog shit infrastructure. We have put it up. We have put off infrastructure spending for the longest fucking time. It is something that Republicans like. It's something that Democrats like. People that assume that the corporate tax rate raising is going to be a significant burden on corporations, or trying to actually eliminate some fucking tax loopholes is going to be a significant problem for corporations, exclusively so we can pay for the infrastructure that makes this country truly fucking great, are psychos. Okay? I despise people who are like, I can't believe taxes are meant to get high and get higher, and taxes are meant to get higher. This is not even talking about high-speed rail, dude. This is like, part of this program is just to fix our infrastructure that is crumbling, okay? Our grading is dog shit. Our infrastructure is dog shit for the most part. We are, you know what we are? We're the fucking multi-millionaire Twitch streamer who goes and purchases a fucking mansion and then literally just sits in filth all day and the walls are crumbling, all right? We have a decent infrastructure from the jump, or we had a decent infrastructure, thankfully, as a consequence of the New Deal. And then now, and now the walls have mold all over them, and we're not doing anything. We're not fixing the fucking house. We're not, and the roof is about to cave on our heads, all right? Fix the fucking house. It's ridiculous. Manyaklar bu herifler. Siktir git. Anyway, okay. Walls have mold, water has lead, heated by gas. Anyway, Trump is the worst kind of mold. So, the plan includes everything from road repairs to electric vehicle stations, which Pete Buttigieg talked about yesterday, to public school upgrades and training for the clean energy workforce, okay? It's huge. This is big. This is big time. This is big time Tommy shit, okay? No ands, ifs, or buts. This is actually very solid. And then on top of that, Chuck Schumer has talked about maybe even adding the $15 minimum wage increase onto this infrastructure bill as well, which would be pretty poggers, okay? Seriously. It would be really good. This is really, really, really good. It's as much as a jobs program, one that looks to build the nation's clean energy workforce, expand manufacturing, boost caregiving as a profession to serve the elderly and disabled. This is the Green New Deal, but neutered and watered down for the Biden administration. It's still incredible, okay? Ay Türkler amanızı sikeyim sizin hepinizin ha yani. Bir tanesi söyledi hepiniz başladınız. Hepinizi banlarım %100 yani. Acımam. Anyway, what is in Biden's plan? The plan, the centerpiece of Biden's economic agenda, will need to pass Congress, where Republicans are already lining up against it, obviously. Mitch McConnell, I believe, said that this was a Trojan horse. Mitch McConnell talked about this infrastructure plan and said that this is a Trojan horse for a massive tax hike. GOP argues government shouldn't be deciding which bridges succeed or fail. Yeah. So that's where we're at right now with the GOP. Let's talk about where the money is going to go. Transportation infrastructure gets $621 billion. Massive investment in America's roadways, railways, and bridges with a focus on clean energy. $174 billion, or 28% of the transportation portion, on electric vehicles. Okay, 28% of the spending goes to electric vehicles. Network of 500,000 electric vehicle stations using electric vehicles and bus fleets, replacing the federal government's fleet of diesel transit vehicles with electric vehicles. It would also offer tax incentives and rebates for electric cars. Okay. About $115 billion would pay for fixing the roads and bridges. This is incredibly important. Chosen by those most in most need of repair. That includes 20,000 miles of highways and roads, the 10 most economically significant bridges in the U.S., as well as 10,000 smaller bridges. Like, our bridges are graded at a D. Okay, shit's crumbly. Okay, that's not good. We need to spend money on our fucking roads, man. Another $85 billion is set aside for modernizing transit systems, which is not enough. $80 billion for a growing backlog of Amtrak repairs, as well as improvements to route expansions. Airports, ports, and waterways would also receive improvements. That part is whatever. I feel like there's more, and it's not for high-speed rail, which fucking sucks. Just give us high-speed rail. What the fuck are you doing? Old man, I thought you were the choo-choo train guy. Why aren't you giving us high-speed rail? Give us high-speed rail. I want high-speed rail. Okay, give me high-speed rail. Fuck. Anyway, the infrastructure package is smaller than what Biden campaigned on. Yes, he did. He campaigned on a gigantic fucking infrastructure plan, and he already cut it down. He already did. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. A $7 trillion infrastructure plan is fucking awesome. I don't think Biden is going to be able to even pass this, let alone the $7 trillion one. So I'll take whatever he will fucking serve me. Okay. And that's my take on it. Like that, the difference between like a high number at $7 trillion to this number that we're at with $2 trillion, especially after another $1.9 trillion recovery bill just passed through Congress, when this most likely probably won't even pass through the Senate, is not something I'm going to fucking shit on and doo-doo on. We'll wait until they actually start fucking up more significantly than promising high and then undercutting their own promises originally. Because to most Americans, they're not like, I can't believe Biden is not spending $7 trillion on the infrastructure package and instead spending $2 trillion. Wow, I am devastated. Like, Americans don't give a fuck about that. They just want big number. They want infrastructure. They're like, come on, give us something. Fix the roads. Okay. What is this? Please answer my question from yesterday because you watched my video but never gave me an answer. Haha. What is this? I'm not going to watch it right now. Hold on. They're going to do a quality of life at home. Largest part of the plan focuses on American homes, school buildings, underground water infrastructure, and broadband expansion. Hugely important. Listen, this is not just Flint that has a water crisis. We know for a fact that Pittsburgh has a water crisis. We know for a fact that most impoverished neighborhoods in America, where industries have left a gigantic dent in the population and a gigantic dent in their economy, is experiencing lead poisoning, like significant amounts of lead in their water. Their infrastructure is dog shit. It's literally all over the country. It's most major cities where poor people live. They have a serious problem with lead poisoning and shit like that. It's not just Flint. Flint has gotten the most coverage because it's been the worst, right? The GOP is claiming this will affect competition in the international marketplace. What are your thoughts on that argument? No, they're not. I've never heard that, and that makes no fucking sense. This is before we get to the reservations, of course. The tribal land is completely dog shit with getting water to be able to drink or shower in. Anyway, what reason do you think Manchin will come up to make this about him? Well, Joe Manchin has said that he is actually on board with a large infrastructure package. So I think most Democrats are going to be on board with this. I think in an honest world, which we do not live in an honest world, obviously, but if we were living in an honest world where Republicans actually operated in a more honest capacity, they would be on board with this. They would. Republicans were down to do infrastructure week, if you remember, under Donald Trump. So they should be on board with infrastructure spending. The only reason why they're not is because Democrats are doing it, and they don't want to give Democrats a fucking W. Do you see what I'm saying? So Joe Manchin said we need to go big. I'm fine with going big. I don't know why Joe Biden is going medium big. It's still big. It's still very big. $2 trillion is a big fucking package. Okay, it is. I wish it was more than that. I wish it was larger than this, but Republicans are going to say this is fucking. Republicans are going to say this is Jesus Christ. This is fucking bullshit, and mauled about the tax hikes for corporations and tax hikes for the wealthy. And they are going to try to yeet this as best as they can. Quality of life at home is $650 billion, largest plan of the focus. They're going to retrofit more than 2 million affordable homes and commercial buildings. This includes construction and rehabilitations of 500,000 homes for low and middle income owners. An additional $111 billion will go towards clean drinking water, as I said, which is really important. There's $100 billion for constructing or modernizing public schools, with another $100 billion using high-speed broadband networks throughout the country. The goal will be for broadband to become universal for all Americans to drive down the cost for internet. The plan also calls for $40 billion to improve public housing, $18 million for Veterans Affairs hospitals and clinics, $12 billion for community college infrastructure, and $16 million to plug oil and gas wells and reclaim abandoned mines. Okay. Caregivers for elderly and people with disabilities. Hold on, I'm going to play this real quick. I got to do something in the background. Fuck.
Second part of the plan still to come, expected to focus on healthcare and education, could reportedly bring that total price tag closer to $4 trillion. The president is promising this is going to create millions of jobs and boost the middle class, but to pay for it all, he is going to raise taxes on corporations and likely on the most wealthy, and that is a non-starter for Republicans. Leader Mitch McConnell is calling this a Trojan horse for a massive tax increase, and we're also seeing cracks among Democrats. Some progressive members arguing that they should actually be spending even more. Now, the president says he's open to other ideas for how to pay for this, but Biden is also adamant that they have to seize this moment now and go big. George.
And the investments are popular. Okay, Mary Bruce, thanks very much.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content.
No. All right, here's
Biden's
AOC's
infrastructure
take
plan
on Biden's
is a
infrastructure
big plan. It is full of big ideas, but a lot of the most interesting stories are in the granular details. But again, this is just his opening gambit. This is what he's asking for. What happens to it now is going to be in the hands of the Congress. Joining us now is one of the most influential members of that body, New York Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Congresswoman, it's great to see you. Thank you so much for making time to be here tonight.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
So, as I know, you saw the president's speech today, and we've all been reading about and learning about what the president is asking for in this American jobs plan. What do you think of it?
You know, I think that the vision that President Biden and the administration has laid out, you're right, has surprised a lot of us in a positive way. And in the detail and the thought that's here, the scope of it is really encouraging, except I think the how, that 2.2 trillion, 2.25 over 8 years, I have serious concerns that it's not enough to realize the very inspiring vision that Biden has advanced. And so I believe that those of us here, especially as progressives within the Democratic Party, we know that there is so much more opportunity here. And in order for us to realize this inspiring vision, we need to go way higher. And that's what's going to help us actually deliver on this really promising and inspiring vision that the president has laid out today.
And when you say that it should be bigger, do you want the numbers associated with the things that the president says he wants done just to get bigger, just to do more of the things he's saying he wants to do? Or are there whole new categories of policy that you'd like to see folded into this bill that aren't there now?
I think there are a couple areas there. One is that, first of all, this is 2.25 trillion over 8 years. For context, because these huge numbers are hard to understand, for context, we passed an almost $2 trillion COVID relief package that's supposed to last us 1 year with some provisions lasting up to 2 years. So the $1,400 stimulus checks, that big package that we felt in our lives, were deployed on a shorter timeline. So I think that if we need to really have some shorter timelines, some urgency, greater urgency in this package. And I think that some of these investments need to be greater. So for example, let's take public housing. This plan, this Build Back Better plan, it advocates for a total national investment of $40 billion in public housing nationwide. Sounds great, right? Except when
That's yeah. So there's a lot of parts about this package that is minuscule, and that is one of them.
you consider the fact that the New York City public housing system needs $40 billion alone just to get up to code. During the wintertime, people run out of heat. They don't have hot water. They don't have electricity sometimes. There are holes in people's walls. The New York City Public Housing Authority needs $40 billion alone just so that its residents can live in.
Dude, what are you guys doing in the chat? Like, chill the fuck out. You're being so fucking weird. I don't know what you're doing. Like, stop being cringe, please. April Fools, right? Remember, you're just like mauling at random fucking people that you have created in your mind. Okay?
In dignified housing because they've been underinvested in and starved, frankly, by Republican Congresses and administrations for so long. So for us to actually invest in national public housing infrastructure, we need to do way more in order for us to deliver on this promise in terms of a price tag there. Now, in terms of scope, I think, again, I really do have to commend some of these investments that are in here. And some of these details, like exclusionary zoning, are things that progressives have been talking about for a long time. So there is a lot of credit there. But on climate, we can also go more, we can go deeper, and we can have a more integrated approach in how we push on this issue. Again, I do commend the administration in its scope, but in order for us to meet that vision, I have real concerns that 2.2 trillion isn't actually going to get us there. So we're going to have to make deeper investments to actually renew public housing, to repeal the Faircloth Amendment, to increase our housing stock in the United States. You know, and this, at the end of the day, is one of the greatest sources of income inequality in the country.
Is there even any climate change policy in this? Yes, of course there's climate change policy. We already talked about it. Yes, there is obviously a fuckload of money in climate change as well. In the entire plan. It's not as focused at climate change, but there's training programs for renewable energy initiatives. I wouldn't call that climate change policy. Okay, guys. There always can be more, But if you say that there is no fucking climate change policy in here, well, then you're wrong. EV recharge stations all around the fucking country. I think that it should focus more on building, like actually building renewable energy initiatives and adding more into R&D. It does currently add some funds into R&D, but there needs to be more, certainly. 300 billion of the plan is going into manufacturing, support for domestic production of technologies and critical goods. Around 50 billion will go towards semiconductor manufacturing and research. Spending $180 billion on new research and development with an emphasis on clean energy, fewer emissions, and climate change research. That total includes $100 billion for worker training and an increase of worker protection systems. Okay. Electric cars are more expensive environmentally than gas cars. Okay, dude. I'm not saying that the fucking EV recharge stations are the end-all be-all of climate change policy. That's precisely why I'm talking more about the retraining programs for renewable energy, okay? Like, it's not a lot of money, though. And I don't even believe what you're talking about as far as EVs versus gas cars. Okay, let's keep going.
It's rooted in housing and real estate.
In terms of how this is going to move, obviously this is the Biden administration's second big legislative lift. And I think we have to think of them as a living, breathing organism that learns lessons along the way. Clearly, I think a lot of what was going on with the COVID relief bills, they were thinking about things they wish they had done better or handled differently under the Obama administration. Now I think they're going to be approaching this infrastructure bill, learning the lesson.
Where does the power that go into battery cars come from? Mostly oil currently. No, I understand. It's but you're doing that thing where it's a separate problem. You're doing that thing where you address a solution by pointing to a separate problem.
That they just learned for what happened with COVID relief. And it was, I think, a surprise to many in the Beltway when Joe Biden said for COVID relief he wanted $1.9 trillion. Everybody assumed that would get whittled way down and some much smaller package would ultimately pass. It didn't. It did get cut down a little bit, but not that much. It was basically a $1.9 trillion plan. Sounds to me, from what I hear you saying tonight, that on this one what may happen is that President Biden may say, listen, today in Pittsburgh, I want $2.25 trillion over 8 years. But when it lands in the House, you and your colleagues may say $2.25 trillion is a starting point, but this needs to be a bigger bill. This needs to get larger before the Senate even gets a look at it. Is it fair to expect that that may be the way this goes?
Absolutely. You know, if we could wave a magic wand and progressives in the House were able to name any number and get it through, which obviously isn't the case. But if we're looking at ideals and what we think is the actual investment that can create tens of millions of good union jobs in this country, that can shore up our healthcare, our infrastructure, our housing, and doing it in a way that draws down our carbon emissions to help us get in line with the IPCC standards, we're talking about realistically $10 trillion over 10 years. And I know that may be an eye-popping figure for some people, but we need to understand that we are in a devastating economic moment. Millions of people in the United States are unemployed. We have a truly crippled healthcare system and a planetary crisis on our hands, and we're the wealthiest nation in the history of the world. So we can do 10 trillion. That is a thing of political imagination. However, even when you break it up into those two parts, what's important to remember is that this actually isn't just a progressive versus a moderate issue. You have some of the most conservative members of the Democratic caucus, like Joe Manchin, that have even signaled support for a $4 trillion infrastructure plan, which is double in the numbers. And so I think that there's some key dynamics that have changed here, which explain some of this. One is that there is a genuine built power in the Progressive Caucus within the Democratic Party, but also just progressive ideals in general in the country that.
Guys, I'm number one railway boy, okay? Stop saying like, oh, it triggers me that they're fucking subsidizing cars. They're subsidizing cars. They're subsidizing cars. Like, electric vehicles are still ultimately better than fucking vehicles that rely on fossil fuels, okay? I understand that they, when you're building the electric vehicles and when you're generating energy for electric vehicles, you're still using fossil fuels, but it makes the transition into renewable energy easier, okay? They're still more environmentally fucking friendly than just regular combustion, gas combustion, fossil fuel guzzling engines, okay? That's one. Two, I'm a fucking huge train person, okay? I love trains. I wish they were building a more robust nationwide railroads that are fast as fuck, and we were experimenting with like a high-speed rail. I wish that was happening. It's not. I want that. When's the last time you used trains? Motherfucker, when's the last time I've done anything? That's a terrible fucking question. Last time I used trains was between San Diego and Los Angeles, because I don't leave my house. And that was the last time I left my house and went somewhere. Okay? And it's kind of dog shit, but it's still a lot of fun. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I do. I love trains. Okay? I'm a big fan. You like trains? Name every train. No, trains are fucking great. They're great. They're super great, dude. They are. They're cool as hell. They're way better for the environment. It's just never going to happen because the car manufacturers are far too powerful and have been for the entire history of like post-industrial revolution in the United States. So, lol, the guy who said that has never lived in a city before, metros are fantastic. Yeah, we don't really have a lot of that in Los Angeles. Don't get me started on this again. Remember when you almost missed your train with Daff and the Chip? I did miss my train with Daff. I had to go and rent a hotel room and stay the night and then wake up early as fuck in the morning and come back. Anyway. Metrobüse bindin mi? Bindim amına koyayım.
That power has built very significantly, and we are in a fundamentally different political moment. But on top of that is that even when you look at what comprises more moderate views in the caucus, economic populism that works and centers working class people is popular. And I think Republicans kind of run on that aesthetic. And I think Democrats, they talk about it, but we actually are about it. So
Democrats kind of run on the aesthetic low key as well, or high key run on the aesthetic and not really do anything. So let's be fucking real on that front. Democrats low key, high key, run on the aesthetic, don't actually fucking follow through on it. Okay. Just saying.
But I think that the country shift, people really, I think, are starting to understand that these issues are no longer fringe progressive demands, but they are consensus builders. And so we need that direct investment. We need to build our housing stock. We need to stop making it just an investment for corporations to gobble up our housing stock and an actual.
Wow, a rare critique of AOC from Hassan. Shut up, bitch. I criticize AOC all the time.
Thing that we use and live in and enjoy and don't have to fear that our kids won't be able to afford a home, a place to live and make a family. And so those kinds of investments, that's what this is about, not to mention rural broadband, not to mention roads, bridges, mass transit, and a national, truly national system of EV vehicles and a full electric, federally electric fleet.
New York Democratic Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, it is a real pleasure to have you here. Thank
What? Crazy how you talk about how much a billion is when an individual creates a super valuable business like Amazon, but progressives wanting to print trillions and spend it inefficiently is not a lot of money, I guess. Yes, the government, the American government, should be able to spend $1 trillion in infrastructure, because if the American government wasn't spending $1 trillion in infrastructure, then these incredibly valuable businesses like Amazon that have been created by a singular individual, as though Jeff Bezos literally fucking cloned himself and is working inside of distribution facilities on his own. His clones are actually working there, and it's not actually relying on that infrastructure to fucking exist, would exist. Okay? Amazon would not exist without the American government supplying a robust infrastructure and safety nets for its workers, and literally fucking roads that you can transport on top of like actual U.S. Postal Service that Amazon inevitably relies on by way of using like UPS and its own delivery systems when in areas that they don't want to go to because it's simply too inefficient. So shut the fuck up, you dumb, brainless, stupid, libertarian dipshit. Anyway. Okay, we talked about Matt Gaetz already. I don't want to go back into it. I'm not going to play the never before seen video of the Derek Chauvin trial because it's fucking traumatizing. It's really fucked up. I will just simply say this. There is a body cam footage that we had not seen before that came out during the trial. And I will tell you this much. Not only was Derek Chauvin choking George Floyd by placing his knee on his neck in the moments, in the 9.5 minutes that he did so, where George Floyd 37 times said, "I can't breathe." He also was pulling his arms behind him because he was handcuffed at the time. He was pulling his arms up and pulling his arms back as best as possible to ensure that there was more compression on his body and he would choke out and die. Okay. American infrastructure is crumbling. Okay, we can watch this in a little bit. Here is Amtrak's response to the Biden infrastructure plan. It's April 1st, so I'm like legitimately worried. They are proposing 30 plus new routes, 20 plus enhanced existing routes, 20 million more annual rides, better service to cities like Houston, ATL, Cincinnati, new service to underserved cities like Las Vegas, Nashville, Columbus, Phoenix. I mean, it's still not good. It's still not good. Oh, it came out yesterday? Okay, good. It's not a debate. The fuck do you want, bro? A train in every backyard? Yes. Bro, I just want high-speed rail, okay? That's all I want. I'm a simple man with a simple brain, and I think that a high-speed rail that connects more hubs, specifically in the Midwest, to western states and larger cosmopolitan cities would be very effective. Amtrak is literally horrible. Yes, it's literally horrible because it's underfunded. I don't know why the fuck people always literally look at an issue in a moment where everyone's like, we recognize that there is a problem with Amtrak, and that problem revolves around funding. It is crippling. It's super underfunded. What we need to do is fund it more. And motherfuckers are like, well, it sucks. It's same with public education. It's like, dude, yeah, I know. They're trying to fix it, okay? They are literally trying to put more money into it, so you shut the fuck up. It works. It works in other countries, okay? Are you telling me that the pussies over in European countries that omelette du fromage and eat baguette, oui, every fucking day can do this shit better than we can in America? I thought we were America, damn it! Okay? Why do you hate America? Seriously, I want to fucking own conservatives going forward just by being like, you mean to tell me that the fucking fake Frenchmen in Canada are capable of doing something that we